There is one tragic reason why Rhea Ripley can turn against WWE RAW. One of the most accomplished female wrestlers in history is Rhea Ripley. For a while now, the celebrity has been able to attract a lot of attention by participating in the Women's World Championship. Over the past few months, Ripley has been attempting to regain the Women's World title. At SummerSlam, she participated in a huge triple threat match that pitted champion Naomi against Io Sky. Night 2 of the biggest party of the summer began with the 3 top women on the field, and Naomi won by pinning Rhea Ripley to keep her title. For quite some time now, Ripley has been losing. The former Women's World Champion has lost several matches against Io Sky since the road to WrestleMania, and the Eradicator was once again let down when she was pinned by Naomi in a triple threat match at SummerSlam. Given the star's ongoing setbacks and disappointments, it's conceivable that Rhea Ripley would turn heel in order to finally land a new role, which could ultimately turn the former Women's World Champion's luck around. A possible heel turn might lead to a lot of new rivalries and provide Ripley with numerous chances to reaffirm her status as a major star. After this, fans will have to wait to find out what WWE has planned for the former Judgment Day star. Without a question, Rhea Ripley has shown the world why she is regarded as one of the most well-known figures in the profession today. In an interview on Haroon's YouTube channel, the celebrity talked about how she has changed recently and said that the previous iteration of herself was dead. "Well, you can see that I really matured. The phony smile is the difference. This one is authentic." She lacked confidence, was unhappy, and was quite insecure. Thus, that would be the most significant distinction. Because of this Rhea Ripley, I no longer give a damn about what people think of me. She is completely dead. She passed away a while ago. I'm relieved she's gone and she's innocent, Ripley remarked. Between 0:06 and 0:32, even while this iteration of Ripley has been amazing, she truly needs a character shift if she wants to restart her career. What WWE has planned for the star next will only become clear with time. But, although they are officially enemies, Rhea Ripley defended Io Sky on the most recent edition of WWE RAW. Following the latter's battle against Stephanie Vaquer, which featured Naomi and the Secret Hervice, a riot broke out. At Evolution, Rhea Ripley and the Genius of the Sky faced off, but Naomi was able to pay in her money in the bank contract, therefore neither of them left with the Women's World Championship. At SummerSlam, the 3 stars will compete for the title. La Primera will compete against the victor at WWE Clash in Paris after winning the Women's Battle Royal at Evolution. Since last week, she has been a part of a plot with Secret Hervice, and this past Friday, she even defeated Alba Fyre on SmackDown. Io Sky challenged Stephanie Vaquer to a fight during a backstage segment on Raw, but Chelsea Green intervened, and the fight was called off. She caught the Dark Angel off guard, and Alba Fyre and Piper Niven, 2 of her comrades, joined the assault. Together, Vaquer and Io took on the heels. Io Sky was attacked by Naomi when she emerged. When Rhea Ripley arrived, she slammed Naomi face first onto the mat after eliminating Piper and Alba at ringside. Then she delivered a riptide to Chelsea Green. But Alexa Bliss has returned, making her first appearance since 2023. The Royal Rumble highlights of 2025. For almost 2 years, the WWE Universe had been anticipating this moment. Since Alexa Bliss left the WWE in 2023, fans have been wondering if the goddess will ever make a comeback. Teasers appeared online and rumors circulated, but nothing was confirmed until the 2025 Women's Royal Rumble clock struck number 27. The audience was already standing as the countdown started. 10, 9, 8. The arena turned completely dark as the buzzer sounded. The stadium erupted in a spooky, scary chuckle, which was followed by the eerie lullaby tones that used to characterize Alexa Bliss' darker side. When the lights abruptly came back on, Alexa Bliss was standing at the entry ramp. She was dressed in brand new gear that combined elements of her previous 5 Feet of Fury spirit with her dark, twisted persona. The response was thunderous. With Alexa back in the squared circle at last, fans shouted, screamed, and some even started crying. Chaos had already erupted inside the ring. Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Bayley, and a resurgent Naomi were fighting it out. The energy changed the moment Bliss entered the ring. She went straight after Bayley, who made fun of her in 2023 during promotional appearances. With a mischievous look on her face, Alexa eliminated Chelsea Green seconds after hitting Bayley with a DDT that made a huge pop. Liv Morgan confronted her a few moments later. Fans were reminded of their previous conflict as the two struck back and forth, but Alexa quickly staggered straight into Rhea Ripley, who clotheslined her out after twisting Bliss off the ropes. "Welcome back," yelled the fans. "Welcome back." Alexa's risk increased with the depth of the Rumble. She withstood well-known dangers like Bianca and Naomi for more than 20 minutes. Her matchup with the formidable women's world champion Rhea Ripley was the high point. The two engaged in a fierce stare-down, sowing the seeds for the potential next major conflict. The audience erupted when Alexa gave Rhea a cheek slap. Bliss shocked the champion with a stunning Sister Abigail-style DDT, but Rhea eventually overwhelmed her. Although Bayley and Becky Lynch battled it out in the last seconds, Alexa's return was the main topic of conversation that evening. Clips of her entrance went viral right away, and the commentary crew reminded everyone that the goddess is back. WWE's official social media exploded, and the danger level in the women's division only increased. Alexa smirked into the camera as she made her way backstage and muttered, "Did you miss me?" suggesting that her comeback was more than simply a cameo, but the beginning of a whole new chapter. The night Alexa Bliss returned home will always be known as the Royal Rumble 2025. But White Rock's Motionless and Rhea Ripley highlights of WrestleMania XL Saturday out at WrestleMania. As the Saturday show of WrestleMania XL got underway, the Lincoln Financial Field crowd was already humming with excitement. No one was prepared for the thrilling partnership that was about to take place, but fans anticipated big matches, unexpected comebacks, and stunning moments. The stadium trembled with the sound of hammering drums and loud guitars as the lights went down and a cold fog poured over the stage. The enormous Titantron flickered with unsettling images, and then, motionless in white, came into view. Setting the tone for one of the most memorable entrances in WrestleMania history was the Gothic metal band, which is renowned for its theatrical performances. The arena was suddenly filled with the opening riffs of Voices of Ruin, which blended in well with Rhea Ripley's theme music. The signal was that. With her trademark smile on her face, Rhea Ripley, the women's world champion, emerged wearing spiked gear and black leather. Headbanging with the band as the pyrotechnics burst into the night sky, she didn't just stroll to the ring, she commanded it. As Rhea ascended the stairs and paused, allowing the roar to wash over her, Chris Motionless, the band's leader, leaned toward the audience and yelled. The fans exploded in cheers. It was a statement rather than merely an entrance. Rhea Ripley was now officially the house of WrestleMania XL. Her opponent, obviously shaken by the scene, was already waiting inside the ring. Despite the referee's best efforts, the arena's excitement was out of control. Rhea took advantage of it and gestured back toward the stage where Motionless in white was still tearing up their instruments, the drums responding to each stomp she took in the direction of the middle of the ring. The match itself turned into a conflict when the bell eventually rung. The live performance reverberated in the background, seemingly amplifying every smash and every blow. Fans were witnessing a combination of heavy metal and wrestling greatness, not just a title match. Rhea lifted her opponent onto her shoulders and delivered the riptide with deadly force at the stadium's climax, as Motionless in white's breakdown thundered across it. The crowd roared when the band hit a last chord, and the referee's hand landed on the mat for the 3 count. As pyrotechnics showered down, Rhea Ripley stood strong and held onto her championship. Chris Motionless screamed into the microphone as the champion hoisted her belt in the air, with Motionless in white joining her in the ring to celebrate. It was more than just a victory. It was a historic moment at WrestleMania, a musical and wrestling fusion that demonstrated why Rhea Ripley is, in fact, the nightmare. But inside Perth, Australia's Optus Stadium, the atmosphere was electrifying. Nothing could have prepared the WWE Universe for the ferocity that erupted when Mommy Rhea Ripley returned home, despite weeks of WWE marketing Elimination Chamber 2024 as one of the year's most important worldwide events. The crowd exploded like a thunderstorm as soon as the song began. Her name was yelled by the Australian fans, who had followed her from a young rookie in Adelaide to the most powerful women's world champion in the WWE. Thousands of people were on their feet, holding placards that said Australia's champion forever and welcome home, Rhea, and waving flags. In keeping with her characteristic style, others even had black and purple face paint applied. Rhea lowered her normally menacing glare as she down the slope. Overwhelmed by the affection emanating from her hometown, she couldn't help but smile. "This is more than an entrance," the commentary team said, aptly capturing the feeling. "This is the past. Rhea Ripley has returned home victorious." The audience was rocked by the cries of "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy," as she stepped into the ring. Ripley appeared to be feeling anything for the first time in her career. "Australia, this is where it all began," she continued, her voice quivering a little as she took the microphone. At this point, the young girl who was predicted to fail got up and declared, "Watch me. Presently, I stand before you all as your women's world champion." Even several of the security guards were grinning, thrilled by the scene, as the crowd went wild. However, the festivities were short-lived. The lights went out as Rhea hoisted her title. Abruptly, Nia Jax stepped onto the stage, grinning as the audience jeered her. She made it obvious that she desired the title by pointing at Ripley. The arena's energy abruptly changed, turning what had been a moment of unadulterated victory into a clash that was on the verge of blowing up. Rhea refused to give up. "This is MY House, and in MY country, nobody takes this from me," she yelled as she stepped up to the ropes and placed the crown on her shoulder. Clearly supporting their hometown hero, the audience exploded once more, louder than before. When the concert ended, WWE cameras saw Ripley backstage crying as her name was screamed by fans long after the show had ended. For Rhea, it was affirmation rather than merely another appearance or defense. In addition to being a worldwide celebrity, she had returned as Australia's champion. Elimination Chamber 2024 was about a country celebrating one of its own, with Rhea Ripley standing strong as Australia's pride. It wasn't just about cages and matches. Hello, dear viewers, greetings from my channel. I hope you're having a great day. I'm Lima. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the video.